So this part of our discussion is depends or this discussion is related to the transmission of electromagnetic wave in different medium, or while that electromagnetic wave is transmitting through different mediums. We are going to study few of, in that respect we are going to study few of the properties of the electromagnetic waves, right? So one of the property is the skin depth. Actually, you see that the skin depth is actually, if there is any transmission line you are having, suppose you are having any transmission lines and some amount of electromagnetic waves are going through inside it. Suppose this is your let's say coaxial cable. I'm talking about a coaxial cable. So this electromagnetic wave is going inside through the coaxial cable. Now this coaxial cable is two parallel conducting layers are there. So you can say that within this coaxial cable, some amount of electromagnetic energy is, I mean, if it is coming here, then some of the energy will get inside it. I mean, it go and move towards and insert. I mean, if this is the layer, the electromagnetic will come. If there is some finite thickness of this layer is there, so electromagnetic wave will go inside to some extent, and then it is being reflected back like this. So the skin depth actually is defined as the depth of penetration of these waves, right? So what I said, that these electromagnets are incident in any of the surface if they are going through transmission lines, or it is being incident in any of the other conducting surfaces. So the phenomena might be like that some part of the electromagnetic wave will be penetrated within the material itself, and this depth of penetration is actually related to the concept of the skin depth. That means how much depth the electromagnetic will go inside inside the skin of the transmission lines, right, or the medium through which it is being transmitted. So the skin depth, as I said, that it is means that if the wave is getting inside it, so if this is considered as a skin, through the skin some amount of wave will go inside it. So this depth of penetration is related to the concept of this skin depth, right? Now let us see in details of related to the skin depth. Now let us write the definition first. So here skin depth is known as the depth of penetration of the electromagnetic wave, EM wave, is defined as the depth at which the wave attenuates to 1 by E, or approx 37% of its original amplitude, right? So that means what? This depth of penetration of this EM wave is defined as the depth at which the wave is attenuated to 1 by E, or approx 37% of its original amplitude. But that means if you are having a transmission lines or any other section through which this electromagnetic wave is passing, like this, it is now going this way, like this way. So this electromagnetic wave is, if this is considered as the skin, the surface of this transmission line is considered the skin. So if it is being, now it is going inside, to some extent some power is going inside and is being reflected back. So if this is going, and this wave, if the wave is attenuated, we consider that 37% of the wave is being attenuated and then it is coming back. So if when at the position where 37% of the amplitude is being attenuated, and suppose I'm just elaborating it, so wave is coming like this, it is going from here, so at this point it is reduced by 37% and then it is coming back. So this depth of penetration, this is your skin depth, or SD, right? So this is, I'm just giving you the detailed version of this figure, where this electromagnetic wave is coming and it is going inserting, it is getting inside of the surface, and it is being, say, 37% is being attenuated here at this point, and then it is again reflected back. So this depth at which it is being inserted, this is the depth is this depth, and this depth is actually your skin depth, right? So this is the concept of the skin depth. Now let us see in details what the skin depth is actually, right? Now we consider that this transmission line, and we consider this direction of propagation as z. Suppose this is your transmission line, and this we consider as direction of our propagation as z direction, right? So let z be the propagation direction, right? Propagation direction through which wave attenuation takes place, where this wave attenuation will be equals to E naught e to the power minus alpha z, right? Now what are these things? Say this E naught is the amplitude of wave at the surface of conducting medium, right? And alpha is the attenuation constant. I'll come to the details. This is your attenuation constant. I'll come to the details when we talk about the transmission lines. For now, you consider this alpha is the attenuation constant. Okay, so at z equal to del, this is actually representation at a certain place. This z is the propagation direction. Here we are considering the full propagation direction at z. Now at z equal to any del, delta, this is represented in any part. Suppose this total is your z, so I am considering this part as your del, right? So at z equal to del at any part, we can write that this E equals to E naught e to the power minus alpha del. So let us consider is our equation 1. Now from definition of del, we have E equal to E naught e to the power minus 1 at z equal to del, right? So this is our equation 2. So now we will compare equation number 1 and 2. So comparing equation 1 and 2, what we will get? We will get E0 E naught e to the power minus alpha del equal to E naught e to the power minus 1, right? Therefore we can write alpha del equal to 1, right? Or from here we can write del equal to 1 by alpha. So this is the relation between attenuation constant and this del, right? So from here also, let me make some space. So what we got till now, we got that at last we got del equals to 1 by alpha, right? So or we can write del equal to 2 by omega mu and this sigma. Why? Because since alpha for conducting medium is given as alpha equal to omega mu sigma by 2. So this was the relation of alpha in case of conducting medium. So we can write this del is this. So this part, this is actually the representation of skin depth. If somebody asks you what is the skin depth or what is the expression for skin depth, so this is the expression for skin depth, right? Now let us see one simple example of skin depth. Skin depth, in case of skin depth, sometimes they ask you to provide you the explanation of skin depth or the short note of skin depth, and sometimes they also ask few problems related to it. So let us now see one example problem, how to solve this kind of problem related to skin depth. So here the problem is, find the depth of penetration there of an EM wave in copper at frequency 60 Hz. Okay, so what is given for copper? Given for copper conductivity is 5.8 into 10 to the power 7 mho per meter, mu r equals to 1 and epsilon r equals to 1. So these are the, this part is given, and you are required to find the depth of penetration del, that is the skin depth of the EMF in copper at frequency 60 Hz, right? How to solve this kind of problem? So we'll simply use this like this. At 60, this is given as 60 Hz, right? So 60 Hz sigma by omega epsilon, first find it out. 5 sigma is given as 5.8 into 10 to the power 7, and this is omega equal to 2 pi f. So this is your epsilon. So omega is 2 pi f, f is 60, and this epsilon value is 8.854 into 10 to the power minus 12, right? So you calculate, so it comes, so this sigma by omega epsilon will be equals to near about 174 into 10 to the power 14, which is much greater than 1, right? So therefore at 60 Hz copper is a very good conductor, right? So now we will find out the skin depth. Del is equals to 2 pi omega mu and del, right? So you simply put the values, so it will be around 2, and in denominator you will get 2 pi into 60 into 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 into 5.8 into 10 to the power 7. So after you calculate, so del will come as 8.53 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So this is the skin depth of copper at frequency 60 Hz. So this is the way actually you solve the problem of related to skin depth. So these parameters may, sometimes they ask you that they will change the parameters, like the frequency they can change, and this conductive in space of copper they can provide in any other material also, but the process will be same. This is one simple example of problems related to skin depth, right? So now we will see the wave equation of conducting medium. Wave equation in case of conducting medium. Previously we have seen this wave equation in conducting medium, but here you will see that we will discuss the wave equation in case of conducting medium which is lossy in nature. That means some loss will be there. If there is some loss, we will considering practical case where some loss is there. So we will define, we will calculate, we will see, we will explain the wave equation in those conducting medium which is a bit of lossy, right? Sometimes you may find in the book also that it is written as wave propagation in lossy conducting medium. So propagation and equation both are similar. We are just discussing the what will be the characteristic of wave if it is the characteristic wave in case of a lossy conducting medium, right? So wave equation previously we have got. So let us write the wave equation first. So the wave equation in conducting medium, this we have already discussed in our previous class. So that will be given as del square E equals to mu del E del T plus mu epsilon del square E del T2, right? So this was the wave equation in case of a conducting medium. So let us write let us just reorganize this expression first. So we will have this del square E minus mu small sigma del E del T minus mu epsilon del 2E del T2. This will be equals to 0. Let us now consider this expression as our equation number 1, right? Now we know that we'll just simply evaluate some values and we will put it in this equation. So we know previously that E is given as E naught e to the power j omega t, right, where j is the complex number, omega is the angular frequency, and t is the time. So this was the previous expression that we had. So we can write from here, then we can write del e del e del t, that will be given as j omega e, right? Or also we can write del 2e del t2, that will be equals to minus omega square e, right? So we have evaluated the two value of differential of e with respect to time, and the second differential of e with respect to time. We have evaluated these two values. One is this, another is this. Now we will simply substitute in equation 1. These values we will substitute in equation 1. So by after substitution, so by substituting these two values, say just let us consider that our equation 2, this is our equation 3, or rather we let us not call this equation. Suppose say this is a capital A, this is capital B. So this A and B, capital A we will put, and we will get the expression as del square E minus j omega mu small sigma E plus omega square mu epsilon E, that is equals to 0, right? So from here, or we can write from here, this we have already obtained. So from here we can write del square E minus omega square mu epsilon plus j omega mu sigma E, that is equals to 0, right? This we can write. We are simply taking E common from the next part, from the latter these two parts we are taking minus E common. So from here we can write del square E minus gamma square E is equals to 0. Now this gamma is actually, let me define gamma square first. So this gamma square can be written as j omega mu sigma minus mu omega square mu epsilon. Now this expression which we have got, this expression is in the form of Helmholtz equation, right? So this, sometimes you will find this term Helmholtz equation. So it is in the form of Helmholtz equation. So sometimes this expression is in the form of Helmholtz equation, right? So now for uniform plane wave propagating in z direction, I mean if this is your transmission line or some any conducting surface or any conducting medium, since we are talking about wave equation in a conducting medium, suppose this is the z direction, and you can consider this as our x and this our y. I mean one is x, another you can consider as your y. So this is the direction which is z. So if that is the direction through which the wave is propagating, so there is no variation with respect to x and y direction, then the wave equation in phasor form, let us write. So from here we can write the phasor form of this expression. So phasor form we can write, this is equals to del square E del z2 minus equal to minus gamma square E. This is the phasor form, right? So gamma square, gamma already we have defined. Now what we will do, we will take the y component of E only, the solution y component of E only. We will take the y component because z is the direction of propagation. So we will take the y component of E only. So taking y component of E, so we can write Ey is equals to E naught e to the power minus gamma z. So this is the this is the representation of E in y coordinate, in terms of y coordinate. So the solution in time varying form will be, so solution, therefore solution in time varying form, that will be E of z zt. Why zt? Z is the direction of propagation and t is time, so this will be real part of e naught e to the power minus gamma z e to the power j omega t, right? So from here we can write this as real part of e to e naught e to the power minus alpha plus of j beta z and e to the power j omega t, right? So this we have got. So from here we can also write, or e to the power z t, that we can write this is equals to real part of e naught e to the power minus alpha z e to the power alpha z e to the power j omega t minus beta z. So this we can write real part of e to, this is e naught, of course this is e naught e to the power minus alpha z e to the power j omega t minus beta z, right? So this will be equals to e to the power minus alpha z, this way I am taking common, so this is be equal to real part of e naught e to the power j omega t minus beta z, right? And from here, or we can write e to the power zt is equals to e to the power minus alpha z real part of e naught cosine of omega t minus beta z plus j sine omega t minus beta z. So this expression is your representation of the solution of the EM wave propagating in z direction. I mean, if you are, this is transmission line, this is your z direction. So this is the representation of a wave equation in case of a lossy conducting medium. And now how will know that this is lossy? Lossy is determined that this factor e to the power minus alpha z, this. So this is the loss factor, or sometimes we call this as, this is, suppose this wave is transmitting from going from one part of the transmission line to the other, or any conducting medium from one part to the other. So this is the amount of attenuation that is being caused. So sometimes it is also known as this e to the power minus, this e to the power minus alpha z is sometimes also known as attenuation factor. That means attenuation factor, that means if the wave is passing through a lossy transmission line or a lossy conducting medium, this, by this amount of the attenuation of the wave will occur. So this is the representation, this is all about the wave equation in lossy conducting medium. You might sometime face this kind of questions in your examinations, that sometimes they might ask, discuss the wave equation in case of a lossy conducting medium. So we'll have to explain this, come to this expression itself, right?